I am Doomsvince. This is day 114 of Spawn Year.
Bendis' Sam and Twitch should be a TV show. It's certainly plotted like one. If you look at the first story arc like a 2-hour pilot, the Udaku story is an organic way to establish a status quo for the book, and it goes a lot farther than simply introducing us to our main and supporting cast and giving them generic personality quirks and character flaws. We know these people in an intimate way. We've seen Twitch lose his family over his commitment to his career and his partner. We've seen Sam struggle with his feelings of betrayal when Twitch accidentally revealed hidden hurtful feelings about him. And from that, we've seen Sam's perception of his own inadequacies and shortcomings. And we've seen Dr. Death dealing... alliteration again. Can I say that name without a D after it? Dealing with the intense isolation her all-consuming work brings with it, and making a real personal connection with Twitch, a living person she can finally identify with, as his own work, also a public service, involves the ugliest and most morbid underbelly of society. Bendis propels us headfirst into a new adventure, smartly going with a mystery involving the occult, since he opened this book with a science fiction mystery thriller, and the Spawn universe heavily dabbles in both of those things. And he further explores his characters, depicting them as ever-evolving, like real people. And the focus, this time, is on Sam and his extreme lack of tact and sensitivity. Sam is in a fascinating place at the start of this issue. He's become famous after he and Twitch solved the Udaku murders and averted a citywide takeover. He's written a best-selling book about it, and the only reason Twitch hasn't achieved the same fame, or at least why he isn't in the limelight and doing talk shows, everyone certainly knows who he is because he refused to work on the book, and he's uninterested in the attention. But while Sam is basking in the glory, combing his hair now and laying it on a little thick, Twitch isn't at all bitter, and he thinks it's good for Sam. Sam hasn't had enough recognition for his work, and Twitch is happy for him and content with things just the way they are. A few months of time seems to have passed as Twitch and Dr. Death are dating. I did it again. I give up. And his divorce is final. And there's a nice moment where she gives him a lot of credit for his attitude. Contentment. You just don't see people happy to be exactly where they are. Well, I don't know about... The words you're looking for are, thank you. That was sweet of you to say. Thank you. That was sweet of you to say. See what I mean? Ought to be a TV show. I really like that this doesn't turn into a routine story about a guy who gets a taste of success and is too big for his britches, and his partner is insanely jealous. It's not a simple morality play, but a chapter in a man's life. As things are up for him, he's also discovering he has a lot to work on emotionally and socially. A Wiccan's friends are all brutally murdered in the middle of doing a harmless, peaceful spell in the park, and they had a permit to be there. The girl is mortified and fragile, and Sam doesn't understand her or her way of life, and he can't help but make fun and be offensive. She believes in magic, she's a lesbian, and his insensitivity is a defense mechanism. I think because none of this fits into his more conservative worldview, and it makes him uncomfortable. Twitch has to apologize for him, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have an awkward discussion about that next issue. It's mostly set up, but it's not too decompressed. Every scene feels necessary and well-paced, and while there's little action, all the dialogue is engaging and carries me through with interest. The book is trying desperately to retain its unique look and tone, but it's struggling without Medina. Alberto Ponticelli is a fine stand-in, but sometimes his faces are too exaggerated and cartoony to the point of being silly. Oddly, his art sometimes reminds me of recent John Romita Jr., but it doesn't always look like that. I've gone from liking this series to becoming hooked on it, and when it's done and I inevitably return to Spawn, I imagine my pangs for it will be greater than those I have for Mountain Dew. Signed, Captain Logan.